Ever feel like the world is getting a little unwelcoming? Well, if you're an immigrant in these 10 countries, you might want to start packing your bags. Whether it's stricter immigration policies, mass deportations, or just governments making life harder for foreigners, these places are cracking down hard in 2025. From visa overhauls to outright expulsions, let's break down the top 10 countries kicking out immigrants in 2025. And hey, if you're watching from one of these countries, let us know in the comments. Do you think these policies are fair, or are no things getting out of hand? Number 10, Sweden, from open doors to please leave. Once upon a time, Sweden was the poster child for progressive immigration policies. The country welcomed thousands of refugees during the European migrant crisis of 2015, making it one of the most immigrant-friendly nations in the world. Fast forward to 2025, and Sweden is slamming the brakes on immigration. Rising crime concerns have led to intense political pressure, with the government linking immigration to social unrest in certain areas. New laws are making it easier to deport asylum seekers and undocumented immigrants who don't meet strict employment or residency requirements. Family reunification visas are being slashed, making it harder for immigrants to bring over relatives. Authorities are enforcing a 10,000 person deportation target per year, with a strong focus on those who have lost their legal status. Basically, if you're an immigrant in Sweden without a permanent visa, you might want to keep a suitcase handy. Number 9, Australia, no visa, no stay. Australia has never been the easiest place to move to, unless you're a kangaroo, in which case, welcome home. But in 2025, Australia's immigration crackdown is hitting an all-time high with severe visa restrictions and mass deportations. The government is revoking work visas at record rates, especially for low-skilled workers in industries like hospitality and agriculture. The infamous Stop the Boats policy has expanded, making it even tougher for asylum seekers to enter the country. International students are being targeted, with thousands facing deportation over minor infractions, visa expirations, or failure to meet work-study balance requirements. Border Force agents have ramped up surprise workplace raids, making sure no one is staying under the radar. Basically, if you don't meet Australia's ultra-strict residency standards, don't get too comfortable. Number 8, Japan, thanks for your work, now leave. Japan has a love-hate relationship with immigration. They need foreign workers because of a declining population, but they don't really want them to stay. In 2025, Japan is making that clearer than ever. Visa renewals are getting tougher, especially for blue-collar workers. Many foreign laborers in the technical intern training program are being sent home once their contracts expire, with no chance of renewal. Permanent residency applications are getting rejected at much higher rates. The government is doubling down on its policy of work here, but don't settle here. So if you were dreaming of a long-term future in Japan, you might want to rethink that plan. Number 7, Italy, from hospitality to hostility. Italy has been the front line of Europe's migrant crisis, with thousands of asylum seekers arriving by boat each year. But in 2025, Italy is saying enough is enough. Mass deportations are underway, with authorities ramping up removals of undocumented migrants. New policies make it near impossible for asylum seekers to gain legal status. The crackdown is especially tough on North African migrants, who are facing rapid deportations. Increased border security measures are making it harder than ever to enter the country in the first place. If you're in Italy without solid documentation, the clock is ticking. Number 6, Saudi Arabia, expelling expats. Saudi Arabia was built on foreign labor, but now they're making it clear they want fewer expats. The Saudization policy is aggressively replacing foreign workers with Saudi nationals in retail, hospitality, and construction. Work permit fees and fines for foreign employees have skyrocketed, making it too expensive for many to stay. In 2025, over 200,000 immigrants are expected to be deported due to expired visas or employment violations. The government is also imposing tougher residency requirements, making it difficult for foreign workers to settle long-term. Basically, if you're an expat in Saudi Arabia, you better have a plan B. Number 5, Canada, the immigration overload. Wait, Canada? The land of free healthcare, politeness, and open borders. Not anymore. In 2025, Canada is cutting back on immigration in a big way due to severe housing shortages that have caused rent and property prices to skyrocket, a public backlash against record-high immigration levels from previous years, new visa restrictions affecting international students and temporary workers, leading to mass deportations. Basically, if you were planning on moving to Canada for a fresh start, you might need a backup plan. Number 4, France. Anti-immigrant policies on the rise. France has had a long history of immigration tensions, and in 2025, things are heating up. Mass police raids are targeting undocumented workers, leading to record deportation numbers. The government is limiting work permits, making it tougher for immigrants to stay legally. Anti-immigrant sentiment is on the rise, with many politicians pushing for even stricter laws. France is sending a loud message: if you don't meet their new standards, you're out. Number 3, United Kingdom, Brexit fallout continues. Since Brexit, the UK has been tightening immigration rules every year, but in 2025, they're going even further. The Illegal Migration Act is leading to faster deportations with fewer legal protections. Asylum seekers are being sent to Rwanda, a controversial policy that is moving forward despite criticism. New visa restrictions mean thousands of immigrants, especially from non-European countries, are losing their right to stay. If you're an immigrant in the UK, 2025 is looking rough. Number 2, Germany, no more easy citizenship. Germany has been a top destination for immigrants, but now, not so much. Stricter asylum policies are leading to mass deportations. Social benefits are being cut for non-citizens, making it harder to survive without full residency. Permanent residency is no longer guaranteed, even for long-time residents. Germany's message: if you're not fully integrated, don't expect to stay. Number 1, United States, the biggest immigration crackdown yet. No shocker here, the US is leading the charge in the 2025 immigration crackdown. Tougher immigration laws are making deportations easier than ever. The Mexico border is more fortified than ever, with mass deportations in full force. The government is rolling back work visas and tightening asylum rules. Crazy fact, President Donald Trump swiftly signed at least 10 immigration orders aimed at fulfilling his campaign promises of mass deportations and heightened border security. While some have already taken effect, others face legal challenges, and some may take weeks or even years to implement. However, nearly all have instilled fear within immigrant communities. As part of a deal to postpone strict new tariffs, Mexico's president agreed to deploy 10,000 additional troops to the border, partly to curb the flow of migrants. This move underscores how immigration remains a top priority for Trump. Later that afternoon, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth made his first visit to the US-Mexico border as Trump continues his push to stop migrants from entering the country. Meanwhile, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem joined an ICE raid in New York, highlighting the administration's aggressive immigration enforcement efforts. Since Trump took office, such raids have become common. In the final 6 days of January alone, ICE officials reported 5,843 arrests, an average of 973 per day. With immigration one of the biggest political issues in the US, 2025 is shaping up to be a rough year for immigrants. Should we be worried? So what's going on? Is this just a global shift towards stricter immigration policies, or is this getting out of hand? If you live in one of these countries, what do you think? Are these changes necessary, or are they pushing out people who just want a better life? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. And don't forget, hit that like button and subscribe. You won't want to miss what's coming next.